Excuse me, is that the way you approach a member of the public around here?
Yeah, normally.
Alright, well I'm not going to be speaking to you then. Well, what's going on here?
We're just asking why you're filming.
Because I can. So what's your name and number?
First of all,
No, I'm not going to speak to you then. Do you want to identify yourself?
I don't have to identify myself.
Do you want to identify yourself?
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, you identify yourself there. 2541 Jenkins, yeah? Okay, so the reason I'm filming a police station today is because I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were just coming out to see if you needed any assistance.
Not at all. I'm outside the police station. If I needed assistance, I would have gone in.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're just coming out to make sure you're okay.
That's fine, I'm fine.
Right.
You're dismissed now.
You don't dismiss me.
I actually do. You're a public servant. I'm a member of the public.
The encounter begins with several officers spreading out around him rather than having one clear and calm conversation. This approach creates pressure right from the start, as if the situation needs to be controlled before anything has even been explained. Instead of easing into a normal interaction, it immediately feels tense and one-sided. They quickly question why he is filming, but Ed responds by asking them to identify themselves. Surprisingly, most of them don't, and one even says he doesn't have to. That's not correct. According to their own professional standards, officers are expected to be open and accountable, which includes giving their identification when it's reasonably requested. This is a basic part of their role, not something optional. Rather than following that standard, they shift to saying they only approached to check if he needed help. If that were truly the case, the interaction would have been simple and polite. It wouldn't involve multiple officers surrounding him and asking direct questions in a way that feels more like pressure than assistance.
what's your name?
I think you're following a criminal service, so you need to get your facts right.
I think we need to take some details off you. What's your name?
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Well, at the moment you're filming a police station.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
No, listen.
I am listening. What crime?
You're filming a police station.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
And at the moment, for security purposes...
What crime do you suspect me of committing? What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Well, at the moment, you are filming a police station.
And what crime is that?
I don't know what your reasons are.
Sir, we go on what we do know, not what we don't. So what crime do you suspect me of committing? Could you please articulate legislation? If you're not going to articulate legislation, this conversation is over.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't want to talk to us,
Yeah. So I told you, you are dismissed.
There's obviously you don't need to say that, do you?
Well, I'm saying it.
The reason I'm speaking to you is because you're filming the...
I don't care, you haven't identified yourself, so I'm not going to speak to you.
2808.
So now you want to identify yourself. Your policy says you have to at the beginning, alright?
Right.
Now I'll see your warrant card also.
You're also...
Show me your warrant card.
Hold on a second.
End of conversation.
The situation quickly shifts to demands for his personal details, yet no specific law or reason is clearly explained. There's no mention of an actual offense, just a broad reference to security concerns, because he's filming a police station. But that raises an obvious question. How would knowing his name or details solve that issue? If the concern is the camera, his identity doesn't change what's being recorded. That gap in logic makes the demand hard to justify. When Ed points out that proper policing should be based on clear, explainable reasons, not on guesses or assumptions, he makes a strong and valid point. Suspicion needs to be built on real facts, not on what someone thinks might be happening. Although one officer eventually provides a name after being asked, he refuses to show any form of identification to confirm it. This creates a clear imbalance. They are asking for openness and cooperation, yet not offering the same in return. That lack of consistency weakens their position and raises further questions about how the situation is being handled.
Not at all. Listen, you are not even a police constable. I suggest you hush your gums.
You need to wind your neck in.
Oh, I need to wind my neck in? Okay, so having my neck wound out is a crime, is it? Is it? What crime? I'm not being arrogant. Listen, and you're not being disrespectful to me right now by running your mouth at me.
How do I know?
Who do you think you are?
How do I know what you're doing? I don't understand what you're doing.
Listen, do you need to know?
At this moment in time, you're suspected for a terrorism offence.
Oh, section 43?
Because
section 43?
You're filming inside.
Is that section 43?
You're filming inside the police
station. Is that section 43?
You're filming inside.
Is that section 43?
Stop
I'm asking you, constable. I'm asking you, constable. I'm not going to speak to you anymore. Is it section 43?
Why are you filming a police station?
Is it because I can?
Well, at the moment, like I say, you can't.
Could you, if you want to articulate legal legislation that says I can't, then I will. Let's wind it in. Let's wind it in. I'm going to ask you a specific question. What you just said there, in regards to the terrorism, yeah, are you talking about section 43?
I'm talking about somebody...
No. Sections. Legislation, please. Let's talk legislation.
I don't need to talk legislation.
Do you know it? If you're not going to talk legislation, this is over.
Asking you why you filming
And
a
I'm
police
not.
station.
If you articulate a crime which says that I am at liberty to give you that, listen, you just asked me a question.
For the camera, this gentleman is pointing a camera into a police station.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's obviously cause for concern.
What cause for concern?
Well, because of the security.
Articulate
of the
crime.
police
No,
station.
listen. Articulate a crime to me. What? From who? From who?
From all kinds of
From who?
Any
What are you talking about? Be specific. I'm being specific with
anything
you.
that looks out of place. That's
What's
how we
what's
work.
out of place?
A person that.
All right, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Compound.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm making a story. I'm an investigative journalist, and I'm gathering content for a story. Okay, there's my reason.
And that's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah, we just told you. I didn't have to tell you,
Yeah.
but I did.
So that's what I'm asking.
No.
I'm not threatening you or
Yeah,
anything.
but
like that, the way
but
you
listen,
were
no,
talking, we were threatening you.
because you're doing exactly what thousands of police officers do in this country. Okay, you come up to somebody expecting them not to know the law, and you start throwing accusations.
Ed keeps returning to a very simple question: what crime? It's direct and easy to answer, yet no clear response is given. Instead, the officers repeat the same vague line about security, as if repeating it will make it valid. That pattern says a lot. If there were a real and specific offense, it would have been clearly explained from the start. As the conversation continues, nothing concrete is put forward. The interaction stretches on without any solid reason being established. In the end, Ed explains why he's there, not because he's required to, but simply to move things along and bring the situation to a close. That choice highlights the lack of clarity on the other side. The more the question is avoided, the more obvious it becomes what's really going on. There's no clear offense being identified. Instead, the situation appears to be driven by an attempt to assert authority without the proper grounds to support it.
Shit like that around it, then. Yes, you did. You came out.
You're assuming.
Man, what is your issue? But then why won't you let me finish speaking?
Because you're not allowed to.
You weren't.
But I don't have to let you speak.
We were
I wouldn't
asking.
have to let you speak.
But then go away. Go back in and do some actual police work.
As a journalist, surely you should know by asking a
just
question,
listen.
you should get an answer.
Do you suspect me of a crime?
Well, at the moment,
Can you answer yes or no?
I'm a bit concerned as to why you're pointing a camera.
Is
into a police
concern a
station.
crime, sir?
What?
Do you suspect me of a? Do you suspect me of a crime?
Like I say, I'm trying to find out from you why
Do
you're pointing a camera.
do
into a
you
police
suspect
station.
me of a crime?
Well, at the moment, it's a bit suspicious that you're pointing a camera.
Is
into a police
suspicion
station.
is suspicion a crime?
No, it's an inquiry.
Okay,
that
no,
will carry
okay, no,
out.
no. I don't need the cops explaining bit. Let's talk facts. Is suspicion a crime?
Well, no, not.
No,
at the
okay,
moment.
stop then.
we
Okay,
don't
stop
deal
then.
with just
Okay,
crime
just yes, you
all
do.
day
But do
long.
you
No,
suspect?
it's
Do you
a
suspect?
myriad of
Do you
different things.
suspect I'm about to commit a crime?
You can.
Do you? But if you don't know, why are you here speaking to me?
When Ed asks them directly, "Do you suspect me of committing a crime?" the answer shifts to concerns. That difference is important. A concern is not the same as a legal reason. It doesn't give authority to act, and it doesn't justify asking for someone's personal details. It's a much lower standard and doesn't meet the level required for taking action. They seem to recognize this themselves, because when Ed clearly asks if holding a camera is a crime, they admit that it isn't. At that point, the situation should have ended. Once it's confirmed that no law is being broken, there's no clear reason to continue the interaction. However, instead of stepping back, they keep trying to turn suspicion into something more serious. It starts to look like discomfort is being treated as a reason to act. Rather than acknowledging there's no solid ground, the conversation continues, almost as if repeating the same points might change the situation. In the end, every extra explanation leads back to the same conclusion. Without a clear offense, there's no proper basis for using authority. The longer it goes on, the more obvious that becomes.
It's policing by consent, isn't it? Is it not policing by consent? Okay, so when I'm asking you questions to try to understand why you're accosting me and you refuse to answer the question, you are, because I'm just a normal member of the public. Yes.
You're just trying to get
No, I'm
You
not.
are, you're
I'm not.
So just let me speak.
I don't care what you have to say.
Okay,
How about
that's
that?
fine.
Jog on.
Exactly.
Off your trot.
Don't-
There's snout going on around here.
now.
Is rudeness a crime?
Yourself look silly because
but
you're
Is rudeness a
trying-
crime?
you're being rude to
Public
us.
order
We
is.
don't have
Huh?
to engage
Public
with you. so
order
just
is.
wait.
Yeah, public order. But am I using excessive words or behaviour? So then don't listen. You don't even know what. Before you go,
Don't disrespect
No,
him.
no. Designation card. I want to see his designation card. I want to see his designation
Wind your
card.
neck in and get off.
No, 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 no. You wind your neck in, off you trot, little piggies. Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig.
What really stands out at the end isn't just the raised voices, it's the sudden shift away from the situation. After pushing for personal details, mentioning serious concerns, and stretching their reasoning as far as possible, another officer suddenly says they don't need to continue the interaction. That's a big change from how everything started. They were the ones who approached, asked the questions, and increased the pressure. But once the questions become more direct and requests for their identification continue, they begin to step back. One officer guiding the others away speaks louder than anything said during the exchange. It shows a clear decision to exit rather than explain. There's also the issue of accountability. Ed asks again to see proper identification, which should be a simple and routine request. However, no official ID is shown. Instead, they leave while raising their voices and giving instructions, which doesn't reflect calm or professional communication. If they were confident in their actions, the interaction would have ended in a clear and controlled way. Instead, it closes with confusion and frustration. What this highlights isn't just a lack of clarity, but a lack of control. The situation wasn't guided by solid reasoning, it was driven by reaction. And once that happened, everything began to fall apart. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and keep these important discussions going. I'm the Audit Assessor. This was episode 18. See you next time.